This is News 3 Now at 6.
Thanks for joining us. Eric is off tonight. The City of Madison Streets Division is preparing for what it's calling a significant and challenging winter storm. There are chances for just about everything overnight and into tomorrow. Sleet, freezing rain, and snow. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti has more on what to expect for your morning commute. Gary?
Well, it's going to be a nasty one, I think, for at least the western parts of our area early tomorrow morning, and then everybody will see that nastiness spread over all of southern Wisconsin. So we have an alert day in the forecast for tomorrow into Friday morning. We're looking for about 3 to 6 inches of snow accumulation, the heaviest amounts up in the far northern parts of the viewing area. But there could also be some light ice accumulations up to 1/10 of an inch in freezing rain. That will add a glaze to the snow that will fall on top of that. You can see on future track the precipitation coming in by early tomorrow morning. There could even be a little bit of rain in areas that get us slightly above freezing, but it'll quickly change over to mainly snow during the afternoon and then start winding down. But at that point, two things happen. The winds pick up, and that'll lead to blowing and drifting snow, and the temperatures will drop, making it much less likely that salt will have any effect on breaking up the ice that's down there. So by Friday morning, temperatures will already be down into the single digits with wind chills below zero, and highs on Friday will stay in the teens. Winter weather advisories are in effect for all of southern Wisconsin through Friday morning. Winter storm warnings are in effect up to the north into parts of northeastern Wisconsin, down to the south into northern Illinois. Blizzard warnings are in effect for parts of Iowa from the storm system. I'll have more details on what we can expect in just a few minutes.
As Wisconsin heads into another election season, its election commission is looking back for lessons learned in November. Naomi Coles virtually attended their meeting today and joins us with more.
The report covered a number of key lessons learned. One of them, the vast majority of indefinitely confined voters actually used photo ID in November's election. The second, no voters who have been marked to remove from the voter roll, none of them actually voted in November, and that was after Republicans had tried to remove more than 200,000 of them from those rolls. The commission fielded calls and emails on Election Day at an unprecedented average rate of 300 an hour over a 20-hour time frame. Overall, contacts were up across the board leading up to Election Day. Some of that was from political interest groups, which clogged up response for others.
So that was difficult for us to find some of the contacts where there were real-time questions from both our clerks and from our voters.
And while absentee ballots clearly remained massively popular, Election Day voting at the polls actually increased to 40% after just 25% turnout in April. A tiny fraction of absentees were rejected, a far lower rate than normal.
It was quite likely that people would learn the process and we would see fewer rejections.
Despite controversy around the lack of photo ID requirements for indefinitely confined ballots, almost 80% of indefinitely confined voters provided one. Republican Commissioner Dean Knutson says he still wants the Wisconsin law for indefinitely confined voting to be changed to include more clear definitions. But Chairwoman Ann Jacobs emphasized that there's been no fraud associated with it.
We do not have a single complaint that the use of the indefinitely confined process meant that a voter who was not eligible to vote casted a ballot.
Ultimately, Chief Elections official Megan Wolf says this report is to inform the public and help clear up the massive amounts of misinformation we've seen in this election.
It's then up to the public, to the media, and ultimately lawmakers to engage with these facts and decide what is a success and something that we want to carry through into the future and where are adjustments needed.
The commission's next step is to plan their next mailing to voters who potentially might have moved.
Naomi, thank you. Developing tonight, prosecutors have asked a judge for a new arrest warrant for Kyle Rittenhouse, the Illinois teen charged with shooting and killing 2 people during protests in Kenosha. Rittenhouse was released from custody after conservative groups covered the cost of his $2 million bail. Prosecutors filed a motion today alleging Rittenhouse violated his bond after he failed to inform them that he moved, which prevents the court from monitoring where he is. The motion asks a judge for a new arrest warrant and to increase his bail by $200,000. Wisconsin prosecutors seek Rittenhouse Prosecutors have charged the teen who was still on the run in a fatal shooting at the Fox River Mall in Grand Chute. According to a complaint, 17-year-old Desmond Ellis was at the mall with his girlfriend when they ran into her ex-boyfriend, 19-year-old Giovanni Frausto. Witnesses told police there was an argument, then Ellis pulled out a gun and shot him. The man suspected in an attempted homicide in Portage months ago has been taken into custody. Kenyon Thixton was arrested in Cedar Rapids this morning. Officials say he had been staying with a woman in the area and living under an alias. The attempted homicide happened back in September when a Portage woman said she woke up to her significant other attacking her with a knife. According to a criminal complaint, she was stabbed multiple times in the face. Residents in the village of Brooklyn say they are upset they didn't have more of a say in the decision to disband the police department. The village board voted 5-2 Monday to instead contract with the Dane County Sheriff's deputy and will lay off 2 full-time employees in the process. The board said it's to help minimize liability if something should go wrong, but Brooklyn police say they feel blindsided.
How do I provide my family? I have a wife, I have 2 kids. It's overwhelming, it's sad. I feel bad for the village residents. That they were not told about this. Nobody had a clue that it was coming. It was completely blindsided.
The transition from police department to sheriff's deputy will take place early next month. A small but loud group of people want Sun Prairie schools to hear their voice and actually listen. They marched through city streets this afternoon, sharing anger over a school assignment they think should never have been given. Gabriela Becerra reports from downtown Sun Prairie.
A small group of protesters caravanned from the school district to the Patrick Marsh Middle School before ultimately ending up here and blocking traffic on Main Street in Sun Prairie for about 30 minutes of rush hour tonight. This group of protesters are getting their message across in several ways. They chanted at the district offices, wrote messages on the school, and marched up Main Street. Organizers tell me they are frustrated that a homework assignment asking students how they would punish a slave was allowed to be given to middle school students, especially during Black History Month.
In the age of what we're going through right now, it's not really a shock to me that all of these things are being exposed, because it just didn't surprise me, but it also really hurt me because I went to Prairie View Middle School.
Protesters say they want to see reform across the board, starting with schools and the police department. We reached out to Sun Prairie Area School District for a comment on the planned protest and an update in the investigation, but they did not return our calls. In Sun Prairie, Gabriela Becerra, News 3 Now.
Sun Prairie Police told News 3 Now they would be monitoring the situation but had no plans to stop people from using their First Amendment right. To our coronavirus headlines, the Assembly plans to send the question of whether the statewide mask mandate should be repealed back to the Senate. Last week, the Assembly voted to end the mask order while the Assembly delayed a vote amid concerns the change would make the state ineligible for $50 million in federal food assistance. Assembly Speaker Robin Voss says the Assembly will pass a fix for that problem and a resolution to end the mask order. That will require the Senate to vote again. Across Wisconsin, health officials confirm almost 1,200 new COVID cases today. That is below the 7-day rolling average. 14 more people have died. Almost 30,000 people have been vaccinated in the past 24 hours. 2% of Wisconsin's population has completed the vaccination series. That means more than 117,000 people have received 2 doses of the shot. A local dance studio facing more than $23,000 in fines for violating a public health order is now suing Public Health Madison Dane County. A Leap Above dance studio was cited 119 times for violating mass gathering orders during a performance of The Nutcracker back in December. An attorney for the Wisconsin Institute for Law and Liberty claims the studio was allowed to do this because the recital was a youth event and not a sport. The attorney also claims the studio only let small groups of dancers in at a time, not all at once. Public health complaint does not indicate that was the case. Assistant City Attorney Marcy Paulson told us in a brief statement, quote, "We are confident in our order and the statutory authority behind it." Coming up next at 6, community members are honoring a well-known referee who died suddenly during a high school boys basketball game. How they're remembering Coach K's legacy.
Don't miss
It's the biggest mattress sale of the year. The Mattress Marathon is at Ashley Home Store's biggest President's Day sale. Get the guaranteed best offer in all of Wisconsin on Tempur-Pedic and Beautyrest mattresses. Plus, save up to 65% off doorbusters like these. Ashley Home Store.
I'm a little old to count down the days, but my ski trip to Cascade Mountain with my cousin each year, so much fun. We used to pretend like we were flying. Now, we really do. My dad and my uncle like that we still ski free. But Noah and I, we just have fun. See you there.
Dear Winter, I'm coming. My squad of 15 vehicles with all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive is ready to take you on. Safety's the name of my game, so you better bundle up. Toyota.
Right now, get $1,500 customer cash on a new 2021 Highlander Hybrid. Visit Toyota.com to learn more. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Ready?
No.
No. Oh. Yes, you are. You ready? Yes, you are. Are you ready to go to sleep for real?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Guess what? You get 2 kisses. Very good. And one more for good luck.
The biggest President's Day sale in Wisconsin starts now at Ashley Home Store. Get our very best deals of the season, including doorbusters up to 50% off. Plus, take bonus holiday discounts off our sale prices in store and online. And interest-free financing for 5 years. Ashley Home Store.
He wasn't the one scoring points, but Tracy Krieger, well-known raspy voice, and the way he mentored kids made him an all-star at every game. Krieger died Monday while he was refereeing a basketball game between Mount Horeb and Richland Center. He collapsed on the court toward the end of that game. Brady Mallory joins us with a closer look at Krieger's legacy and reaction from a close friend. Brady?
Well, if you're a sports fan in the area, you likely knew Krieger. He was officiating every sporting event he could. We're talking cross country, track and field, and yes, basketball. According to his obituary, he believed in doing whatever he could to help others. And that's why he dedicated his life to students. As a teacher, coach, and ref, people all over social media are sharing photos and memories of him. He spent his career at Belleville and Riverdale high schools and also UW Richland. People called him Coach K, and he proudly wore that title. A longtime friend of his says sports just won't be the same without Coach K.
You have to be passionate about what you're doing to do it in a small town, because Tracy embodied the small town mentality of giving back to everyone at every opportunity, at every turn.
He leaves behind his wife, 3 children, a granddaughter, and the lives of countless student athletes he inspired. Krieger was just 69 years old. We'll be right back.
I'm Denise, and I was hurt by a hit-and-run driver. I called Gruber Law Offices. After that call, everything fell into place.
Injured? Call Gruber Law Offices today. One call, that's all.
They were with me every step of the way.
Get quality, innovation, and style with Pfister faucets from Menards. We carry over 60 kitchen and bath faucets from Pfister with available features like a spot resist finish, along with a lifetime warranty. You're sure to find the Pfister kitchen or bath faucet that matches your home's decor. Save on this Renato bath faucet. Right now, just $97.99 at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Keep more presidents in your pocket during Steinhoffel's President's Day sale. Save 35% store-wide, plus take an extra $100 off and get great deals like a full or queen memory foam mattress, $299. This sofa now just $399, or a 5-piece dining set, also $399. A queen bed, $649. Steinhoffel's has the largest selection of in-stock furniture and mattresses at the guaranteed lowest prices. Save big during Steinhoffel's President's Day sale.
Serving the people of Wisconsin for over 30 years. Call us today for a free consultation. Gruber Law Offices, proud partner of your Milwaukee Bucks. One call, that's all.
You are watching News 3 Now at 6.
SSM Health announced today if you are between 65 and 74, you can finally register to get a COVID shot. Last Monday, the state opened vaccines to people at least 65 years old, but SSM wanted to get through its older patients first. SSM vaccinated more than 11,000 patients last week.
We wanted to vaccinate those who are at a higher risk for COVID-19. And now we are in a position to open the schedule and the appointments for individuals 65 and up.
Patients in the newly eligible group will receive scheduling instructions through MyChart or email in the coming days. There are also 3 hotlines you can call to schedule an appointment. They hope to have most patients at least 65 years old vaccinated in the coming weeks. Greene County Public Health began vaccinating people ages 65 and up on Monday. They were able to administer 250 shots at the County Government Services building in Monroe and expected to complete 250 more today. Health officials say there are about 7,000 Greene County residents in the 65 and up age group, so getting through everyone will take some time.
Weekly, we are surveyed by the Wisconsin Department of Health Services asking how much vaccine and who we're going to vaccinate. So we requested more than what we got, but that's pretty much the issue that we're facing is we have more vaccinators than vaccines right now. So with the amount of vaccine that we did receive, we knew that we could take care of 565 and older this week.
Next week, Greene County will be administering shots on Wednesday and Thursday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. To sign up for an appointment, go to gcpublichealth.org. New at 6, the Boys and Girls Club of Dane County donated 250,000 face masks to the Madison Metropolitan School District today. The district also received more than 75,000 bottles of hand sanitizer. In December, the Boys and Girls Club received 1 million face masks donated by Ford Motor Company and 1 million bottles of hand sanitizer donated by UPS. MMSD School Board President Gloria Reyes shared what this donation will mean as the district plans to eventually return to in-person learning.
This meaningful generosity personifies what it means to be a good business community member. This effort is something that will have a real impact on supporting the safety and health of our students, staff, and families by providing all students and staff access to what are essential safety measures.
The donations from Ford and UPS have helped over 100 organizations and 60 schools so far. Well, we've got a messy and cold forecast. Gary's here with all those details.
Charlotte, it's a 1-2 punch. There's widespread snow cover across much of the Midwest. In fact, the least amount of snow cover is in northeastern Wisconsin. But you can see from Madison to the north and west, that's where the thicker snow cover is. So when the cold winds start shifting around to the northwest, there's nothing to really stop that cold air from modifying at all as it sweeps into southern Wisconsin. And we have an alert day in the forecast for tomorrow for 3 to 6 inches of snow accumulation, maybe some minor ice accumulations as well with some early morning freezing rain. And then as temperatures turn colder, salt is really not going to work on the roads beginning by Friday morning. On future track, you can see the mixed precipitation coming in early tomorrow morning. It'll quickly change over to snow and continue through much of the afternoon. By evening, it starts to wind down. But here come those northwesterly winds, again off of that dense snow cover. And so the cold air just starts pouring in. The temperatures drop. Wind chills fall below 0 by Friday and probably stay below 0 through next Friday, even during the day. Winter weather advisories in effect for all of southern Wisconsin. Winter storm warnings for a little heavier snow accumulations into parts of northeastern Wisconsin, the UP of Michigan, and then down to the south across parts of Illinois and Iowa. Blizzard warnings are in effect for central Iowa, not so much for the amount of snow, but because winds of 45 to 50 miles per hour could cause whiteout conditions and blowing snow. The heaviest snow will probably fall in northeastern Wisconsin and the Lake Superior snow belt. So that area that had the least amount of snow in the state will get the most out of this system, and everybody will have a pretty dense snow cover. cover. And freezing rain, again, could accumulate at least up to 1/10 of an inch, which is significant enough to cause icy conditions. Then we have alert days in the forecast, actually starting on Friday, going through this weekend, and all of next week through Friday for bitterly cold temperatures. Nighttime low temperatures below zero, most nights around 10 below zero. Wind chills by early morning, at times down to 30 to 35 below zero, and high temperatures staying in the single digits above zero, but the wind chills staying below zero all day. You can see this on Future Track wind chills beginning at Friday at 6 p.m. already down around 12 below zero. By Saturday morning, down to 25 below zero. By Sunday morning, down to around 35 below zero. Monday morning, a little more cloud cover, so not quite as brutal. Temperatures, wind chills down to about 20 below zero, but back to around 30 below zero by Tuesday morning. Wednesday morning, you can see we're around 20 below zero. Thursday morning, we're back to around 20 below zero. And even Friday morning of next week, around 30 below zero. In fact, some of the very latest computer model forecasts indicate that the high temperatures that we have in the extended forecast may have to be dropped toward the end of next week, and they're already not much higher than they are for the first part of the week. So let's take a look at our forecast. That includes a winter weather advisory beginning at 3 a.m. tomorrow morning across southern Wisconsin, lasting until midnight tomorrow night for areas west of Lone Rock. East of there, that runs until noon on Friday. For tomorrow, look for occasional snow. Could start out as a mix of sleet and freezing rain and rain in the morning. High temperature at 33, but mainly snow in the afternoon. On Future Track, again, that mix of precipitation coming in during the morning hours, changing over to snow during the afternoon. Then the winds start picking up, the blowing and drifting snow starts, and then we see those temperatures right around 10 by early on Friday morning and only in the lower teens on Friday. 3 to 6 inches of snow through southern Wisconsin, the heavier amounts in the northern parts of our viewing area, and perhaps up to 1/10 of an inch of ice accumulation. 7 to 10 day forecast, alert days in the forecast all the way through Friday of next week. There could be some lighter snow accumulations Monday afternoon and Monday night. And again, these temperatures at the end of next week could have to be dropped if the latest computer model forecasts are correct.
Wow. All right, Gary, thank you. Still to come at 6, the Clean Lakes Alliance is forced to cancel another important fundraiser. We'll take a look at the impact on the nonprofit that works to protect our lakes and how you can help.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today. Announcing Madison Magazine's Best of Madison 2021. Get ready to nominate your favorites online for Best of Madison in over 140 categories. Nominations open February 1st. Learn more at madisonmagazine.com.
3 days only, shop the biggest appliance sale of the year at Grand Appliance. Save on early President's Day price drops combined with grand exclusive rebates worth up to $700 off top brands like Cafe, Frigidaire, GE, LG, and Whirlpool. Get a deal no competitor can match February 4th, 5th, and 6th exclusively at Grand Appliance. Shop grandappliance.com or a store near you. Grand Appliance and TV. You make it home, we make it grand.
Papa Murphy's presents How to Change the Way You Pizza. Step 1, carefully knead dough. Step 2, artfully spread sauce. Step 3, add fresh mozzarella and assemble toppings. Step 4, realize we already did all that for you. So all you have to do is bake it. Right now, get the classic Italian with pepperoni, sausage, and mushrooms on our original crust for just $11. Papa Murphy's, change the way you pizza.
I'm a little old to count down the days, but my ski trip to Cascade Mountain with my cousin each year, so much fun. We used to pretend like we were flying. Now, we really do. My dad and my uncle like that we still ski free. But Noah and I, we just have fun. See you there.
Right now is a great time for a fresh start with Feldco.
Get your home improvement project started today and take advantage of 40% off Feldco's energy-efficient windows. Plus, no interest until 2022. Tackle the to-do list early and enjoy the warmer weather ahead.
40% off windows ends soon. Call now. Feldco, improving lives one home at a time.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
Hey, folks, with the snow and the cold in the forecast, we want to make sure you're prepared.
From pets to pipes, sidewalks, and salt, what you can do now to avoid some pretty big problems. We'll see you starting at 4:30 on News 3 Now this morning.
There's another reason to curse the bitterly cold air moving in this weekend. It is canceling a big event that usually is a blessing for an environmental group. Clean Lakes Alliance already had to scale down its frozen assets and kite festival due to COVID. Christina Laurie explains how you can help them make some of that up for some of that money up for free.
The lakes are truly the center of the community in Greater Madison.
The heart, if you will.
If we don't have these really large resources, it will greatly change everything in our community.
That also pumps money into the economy.
You might not be able to recruit top talent to work at some of the top businesses that are in town, and maybe some of the top businesses don't stay here anymore.
The 50 miles of shoreline around Madison's 5 lakes often propel the capital city onto lists of the best places to live. During the pandemic, they're getting even more use.
We definitely saw more people using and enjoying these large resources we have in Greater Madison, which is awesome.
The Clean Lakes Alliance calls our lakes Madison's largest parks. And though they're free to use, they're not free from problems.
Everything that happens on the land is going to eventually make it to the lake.
The Alliance depends on money from its largest annual fundraiser, the Frozen Assets Festival, to manage runoff throughout the year. With extreme cold canceling this year's fest, that money won't be there. So the nonprofit is hoping the community will step up.
The decisions we make on the land can help slow down that rain before it gets in.
Before they ever have to step in.
So in Madison, where all our storm sewers lead to the lakes, we need to think about how can we hold that water on our land a little more and let it soak into the ground instead of just rushing everything right to the lakes.
After we thaw out from this deep freeze, the Clean Lakes Alliance will turn its attention to spring, and they are hoping you will too. They say rain gauges, rain gardens, diverting rain spouts, those are all some free ways that you can help redirect water from rushing right into our local lakes, which will help reduce runoff, clear blue-green algae, and keep our beaches open for more of the year. Reporting in Madison, I'm Christina Laurie.
Clean Lakes Alliance has a list of the top 10 ways you can help the lakes at home, and we have a link to that on our website. And here's Gary with one last look of the forecast.
Well, Charlotte, we have winter weather advisories in effect for all of southern Wisconsin from tomorrow morning through Friday morning for snow and mixed precipitation.
All right, Gary, thank you. And thank you for joining us. Enjoy your evening, and we will see you back here at 10.